All right, so I guess we'll start. Melissa is home with sick child, and Leslie is on vacation, so we have 3 of us tonight. So we need to call to order. Someone second? All right, thank you. All right, so we'll start out with past events. Glow Bingo, we ended up making around $94. We ended up making around $194, but we ended up paying for the black lights that were around $100, which we then used for the dance too. So we'll have those here and they'll just stay. It wasn't meant to be a fundraiser anyway. Let's do introductions first, sorry. I'm sorry, I'm not used to doing this again. So let's go around the table. Let's start.
I'm Grace Nicholas, and I am the secretary, and I have 2 kids in the building, in 4th and 1st.
Right. I'm Linda, I teach 2nd, and I have Stephanie in 5th grade.
I'm Jen, I'm the communications volunteer, and I'm kind of a substitute officer tonight.
Joanne McCarchick, I am the English as a new language teacher for Oneida School District. Jill Radiger, teach kindergarten and a child in 4th grade.
Linda Yates, I'm the school nurse here in this building.
Penny Hauser, principal.
Sue McIntyre, Hayden's grandma.
All right, great. All right, so we'll go back to the events. For Chuck E. Cheese, we ended up bringing in around 400, but when we ended up getting the check back, because we only got a portion of it, we ended up with about 70, I think was
I think
what
close
we
to
had.
that, yes.
So that was still fine. Again, it wasn't really well attended, but it was in New Hartford. It was hard for people to get out there.
The weather was real
Right,
nasty.
the weather wasn't so good either.
And
All
it was
right.
before our vacation, wasn't it? The
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't go, but.
Right.
Okay.
All right, Decades of Dance. Do you want to talk to that, Jen?
Oh, okay, yep. So we had our dance last Friday. It went really, really well. It was an amazing time. We had so much fun. Lots of great costumes. The kids really got into it, danced the whole time. It really couldn't have gone better. We didn't really have any behavior problems or anything. Planning something like that for the first time, it was a little intense getting it set up on time, and I didn't get to float around as much as I wanted to talk to volunteers. Those of you who volunteered with refreshments, thank you very much. The people who aren't here, if you're watching live, thank you very much. People just saw the food there and ran with it. I wasn't able to give instructions, but it all worked out. I had a wonderful, wonderful time. It was not a fundraiser again, so we didn't make much of a profit. I purchased a Bluetooth speaker for the dance that had a disco light attached to it that moves with the music, so we can use that for future parties and events. That was really fun. We have string lights that move to the music that really added to the atmosphere. So we made a lot of investments that can be used for future dance parties, Halloween, stuff like that. I'm going blank now. I get rambling and then I forget what I'm going to say next. I don't have any complaints. We made a little bit of money after all was said and done, and it was wonderful, and I can't wait to do another one.
It was fun.
Nice job dancing.
You did.
Thank you. Thanks.
The only thing, there were a few kids that parents dropped them off. So, something to.
I knew of one who asked if she could stay with me, and I'm like, okay, I will watch you. But I didn't know of any others.
I knew
we'll
of
have
one.
to-
Oh, okay.
But looking around, I didn't see some parents.
Yeah, a lot of the parents
But I
sat
didn't
on
know
the
for
sidelines.
sure.
Yeah, it was
So,
kind of an
but I know
interesting.
one definitely.
If I could change one thing, it would be to get the parents out there having fun too, because I think the kids love that. But I mean, it's up to everyone.
Bye, Hayden. Nice.
That could be the case. I don't know, but
I don't intend to dance tonight at all. And I said, you don't? He goes, and neither do you.
well, maybe the kids didn't want it. I don't know. I thought it would be fun, but it worked out. I mean, we had a full dance floor the whole time, and it was a riot.
That's
So, yeah, it went well.
All right, so we had some questions about what we're doing for reading in our school and about Dr. Seuss Day and things like that. So I'm part of the reading committee, so I wanted to talk a little bit to that. March 1st, we're doing a celebration of Dr. Seuss's birthday. dress as your favorite Dr. Seuss character. We have an afternoon program that day, our Seneca Social, so that will be fun to see all the people dressed as different characters. And the bakehouse in Vernon is donating 200 cupcakes in the shape of a Dr. Seuss character. So I'm picking that up. And I just emailed and asked, and she said sure. So that was nice. So the kids will enjoy that day as well. On March 14th, we have our author visit, which I think the deadline passed to order books, but maybe not.
I think today was
Today might have been the last day. But that'll be really exciting. We're all creating banners in the hallway, each classroom, for the author with the monsters and the creations he has in his book, so that'll be kind of neat. On the 29th, we're doing a really fun reading celebration, dress as your favorite book character, and some centers to go along with that, And the kids will have a reading log. They can color a bug each day that they've read. So it should be a lot of fun. Should be a neat month. What else? Dr. Seuss Night we did have to cancel because there was no one to run it. So we're looking for another event for March, but we haven't come up with anything yet. So, Lori, do you want to talk to the candy bar sales?
Yeah, I've been in contact with Gertrude Koch, a lady by the name of Jen, and I talked to Mrs. Petunia, right? Second grade?
Yep.
First grade, excuse
Yep.
me. Thing. So let me just kind of go over with you what this lady had told me. You have two options for an account, she says. You could do prepay by check or credit card before we ship your candy, or we could do a terms account. What that means is we will ship your candy and you have 30 days before you need to pay your invoice. Your 30-day grace period starts the day the candy leaves our facility. If that's what you would like to do, then we need 2 contacts on the account. Your second contact cannot be related to the first contact. Yeah. So anyway, that's that. As for the candy bars, I've talked with Mrs. Petoniak. I just want to do the $1 candy bar. I think that's the easiest. They do a $2 and all that. So for every candy bar that's sold, we get a 40% profit off of it. And they suggest we sell them for $1. So one candy bar costs us 60 cents, obviously. And one carrier or box has 48 candy bars in it. Okay, and if we get 20 boxes, we get them delivered for free. Okay. I don't think there's a problem with selling 20 boxes of them. So we'd get $19.20 profit per box. I figured we could just see how it went. If we wanted to order more, we could always order more. But so 1920 times 20 boxes gives us a profit of $384. So, the thing is, what do we want to do as far as is PTO willing to pay for those? Do you want me to pay for them? What are your suggestions? I'm just curious because I haven't done this before.
When I was talking with Karen a little today after school about that, she had come to me too. She said, should we send home a letter maybe and see if kids want to buy a box? Like, for example, I would buy a...
Right. It's the only way I'm going to do it. I don't mean to interrupt you, but parents are going to have to purchase the box and then they can sell them. Because I'm not going to worry about trying to get the money back.
No. Because Karen had another idea. She said, well, what if teachers were agreeable to it? What if a classroom had a box, and then let's say, so they had it in my room and I had the box, and then if kids wanted to buy from my classroom, they bring in the money, they buy out of my box, and I keep an envelope with the money and turn in the money when the box is gone.
And that's what she talked to me about. I guess it all depends. She was going to bring it up to all the teachers and see what they want.
Right. We were supposed to have a meeting today after school, but it got moved to Friday, so I think
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. What do you think, Jill, about having them in the room?
I think having the option for parents to, yes, I can sell a box, Mm-hmm. And then maybe putting one in each classroom also.
Yeah, cause I've got a few
because
people that I
They
think
can
would take them.
pre-order,
Yeah.
I want 3 candy bars and then they go home.
Is anybody out selling them?
But then you got the bus.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, they can't go in classrooms that have allergies, that have nut allergies, and I know that
Okay.
Richard Hawk has peanut butter, and I worry about those in the hands of kids during lunch and on the bus.
Okay.
I know kids can bring in their own candy from home, and we can't stop that. But I think it's a great idea to send something out to parents and have them pre-order.
Okay.
with
And
their
then maybe we
candy
could have
bar.
one in the teacher's room. I mean, that would be
Yeah,
easy to,
that's-
people would constantly be buying the dollar candy bar, whatever. So then when would we send that out? Because break's coming soon. And then March is here. Should we send that
Yeah, I
note
can
out
just send
soon
her a
to,
message, or whatever you wanna do.
what do you guys think? Should we?
How has it been done before, Jill? Do they pay for, does people?
We've never done it. We've only done Gertrude Hawk, like the online thing. We've never done candy bars.
If you get all the money from the parents, we would pay in advance, and then, right, and the parents would, if the parents pay for their box, and then they get their money back after they sell them.
That's,
So-
yeah, so they pay for the box, and what they do with the box is theirs, as
Right.
long as we get the money for it.
They can keep 'em all.
They can eat them all, I don't care.
And then we have their money, if they send it to PTO, and PTO could then maybe cut a check to Gertrude Hawk and say, we need this many. So if we send out a reservation form and it has to be in by a certain date,
And we have to have at least 20,
then we have to have at least.
correct?
We do, to get free
Right.
shipping.
Which makes sense,
Which-
because it
yeah.
probably would be a lot to ship.
You have to, for both programs, we have a 16 carrier minimum order, so it wouldn't make any sense not to get 20.
You'd be guaranteed your profit, because they've already been paid for. You wouldn't have to worry about collecting from families.
And I would think out of 200 kids, we could get 20 people to buy into buying a box. I don't know.
What's the president's name again? I forget.
$28, I think, was the price of a
Melissa.
box.
Melissa.
Yep.
She says she can sell a ton of them up at Village Bath.
Right.
Um,
I think it was $28 a box, right? Is that what Karen said?
Yes.
48?
48 candy bars in each box.
But it-
So it's 48 a month, yeah.
20, the cost, to you per carrier is $28.80, but yeah,
We would want to sell them to the parent for 48.
right.
Maybe a separate letter to the teachers.
That's what Mrs. Petoniak was gonna do,
And the
was,
teachers, to get their input, what they wanna do for their classroom. If you had to do an order ahead, you would need to.
Can we do them in the classroom, though? Because you mentioned,
That's
Not
right.
if there's not.
That's right.
right.
Can they order them and we just send them home?
Oh, yeah, no, the kids can take the box home.
You just don't want it in the classroom, like sitting in the classroom. Okay.
But no, what I'm saying is if we have some here in the office or in the teacher's room, and I have 5 kids and they ordered 10 candy bars each, I can just go and get those 50 candy bars and,
Yeah, we're still in the same predicament though of them being in the lunchroom and on the bus and all of that. So we can't control it once we put it in their hands.
okay.
I mean, do we have an event,
how
I
would
mean,
we
if
do it?
PTO wanted to buy a bunch of extra boxes, like for the teacher's room, or do
Mhm.
we have an event coming up where we could sell them, an after-school event, do we have another one coming up?
April is the next one. I don't know. I mean, we could see how the pre-order goes and see. I think we should, I think the pre-order, if we do that, I think we should be fine. Don't you think we'll get at least 20?
I think so. I mean, I think if parents, can pre-order a whole box of them and
Mhm.
people who know that they could sell them,
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think so.
There's gotta be a way though. Maybe have an open night here or something. And
Where they
come-
could come and
because
get,
I don't wanna buy a whole box, but maybe I want 5 of them. How would I know to get them
yeah.
or where to get them?
I can sell them out of my car.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
Very
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Drive-through. Drive-through.
I bet you some parents don't wanna buy
A whole box for
48
sale?
bucks.
Right.
Or maybe they
Plus,
could-
how are they gonna, you can't send that box of candy home with the kid.
Right, they have to pick them up.
Yeah. they
So maybe
don't-
there's an.
All right, how could we do it then? Maybe if we did it at, what if we did it at sign out time? Could we do it then? Like if I sat out in the front lobby thing? I mean, that doesn't service all the kids, but
Right.
I'm just trying to think, yeah, I agree. I think there'll be a lot of kids who wanna get,
What if you
A
order
cer-
more than 20
Melissa said
boxes?
she'd sell
You
at work.
order
But
like,
where do we sell them if we can't?
yeah,
send
but
them home
then you
with the
put
kids?
it, if you would like to purchase, you know, on that same letter, if you don't want a full box, you would like to purchase 10, you can on this date, and the parents could come.
Where they can get them from the office.
I was just
if they
thinking
don't
Yeah.
it's easy for people to be able to buy, and I don't wanna,
Right.
I don't feel like people are gonna wanna sign up to buy 10 candy bars. I feel
Well,
like-
or even if you just buy
You know
extra
what I mean?
boxes and have them here, what's the expiration date on them? I mean, could we keep them
Well,
around
that's
to
what she said, you
April?
have to have, depending on how you buy them, I mean, if we just pay for them straight out, we have two options for the account.
So if you do
You
prepaid,
have 30 days,
have them at
to
functions.
get them paid for.
like, that would have been good at like the dance. There would have been a lot of people, but
Melissa mentioned, I'm monitoring Facebook here. She mentioned the musical. Is that too late for us, or
Oh, you
I don't know
could-
if we
and
can-
would they allow it?
I don't know if
know.
you're allowed to sell it stuff unless it's your own event. Like I know when the Seneca Street has their concert up there, you're allowed to sell. and do
They
whatever
had
we
other
want.
Stuff at the musical, at the high school?
But I'm saying I don't think an individual school can go in, because every other school would want to do the same
Then
thing.
why couldn't they?
I mean, it
They
couldn't
had
hurt
a
to
lot of
ask, I guess.
tables
Right?
set up.
Yeah.
I can ask at the Friday. I'll be up there Friday.
Who's in charge of these?
The,
Heather O'Connell
there's a,
and Brett Bogardish.
yeah, they might be gone tomorrow, out of the building tomorrow. It would be worth it to think about, to see.
I thought it was gonna be something kinda easy, but maybe it's not.
So Penny, you don't think we could just, if they pre-ordered, we could put them in their backpacks to go home, and just not allow them to eat them in school?
She's just worried about the peanut butter deal.
But there's
They're gonna
peanut
open
butters
them
on
up.
the
If they
floor.
know they're there, they're gonna open.
They know they
could
prepaid
open
a
them on
box
the
of candy, they'll come to the school and get it.
Yeah, but we're saying if they only wanna order 5 or something. I mean, the walkers, we could give them to the walkers to send home, right?
When they take their box.
No, if they order 5, walkers could, they're going home. But then how do you?
Yeah,
I
but how
don't
do you
know
tell
if
just
they're,
the
I don't
walkers?
know if they're really gonna care to have to buy 1 or 2 or 4 or 5. I mean, maybe we see if we can get them to buy a box. I don't know, I don't like taking a chance of putting, there's so many allergies. And the kids know that that candy bar is just way too,
Yeah.
way too
Tempting.
enticing on a long ride on the bus.
When do we have to tell her by? To get them?
Well, I haven't told her anything yet, but she just says that you have 2 options for the account is, then they ship the candy, you have 30 days before you need to pay your invoice, if you do it that way. Otherwise, you buy it outright and, so you pay for it up front.
So apparently Willard Pryor, they
Or-
have parents buy a box and sell.
So what if we send home the note, like, I don't know, either this week or, I mean, there's not many days left, but, or the week after break, and see if we get the 20 people. Or close to the 20 people. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know.
That's worth a try.
Interested in taking a box.
Right.
But
And
this
selling
spring,
it.
we're gonna sell it.
Jen said that, Melissa said that at Willard Pryor, they sell as the box. The parents buy the whole box.
Yeah.
And they
sell-
do it, so I would think.
Yeah, in
Let me
fact, I think
talk
they have
with Mrs.
multiple
Petoniak
boxes. so.
again.
Because really, once the parent buys the box, they can sell to whoever they want. So if I
Right.
bought a box and
Right,
wanted
you
to
can take
sell
it
to
work and
somebody,
sell.
right, you could sell to whoever.
Sure, and they're doing it as a, favor for PTO.
I think it's worth sending home the letter.
Anybody that
Yeah.
works out in the public can get rid of that many.
In a day or two.
When I was
Yeah.
at the hospital, people would bring them in up there.
Oh, yeah.
And they,
Right.
the nurses would buy, all they had to do was take them floor to floor, they'd be gone in.
That's what I'm saying. In the
half a day.
teacher's room, we could probably get rid of 2 or 3 boxes quickly.
Yeah.
It goes, whatever's in there goes. It won't
And
be-
Melissa says she'd do it at her work too, so
Yeah.
Between Devin and I, we could do it.
Yeah.
So,
All right, then let's send home the note. Do you have a note you need us to make a note up, or what do you wanna?
I don't have a note.
Okay.
Linda said,
If you
that's
want-
where Linda was gonna
you
kinda
could,
come in
um,
and say she was gonna.
I
You
mean,
wanna-
you could either make one yourself, or if you want, just email us with what you would like it to say, and we
Well, I'm
can.
taking off for Florida at 4 a.m. up to the airport tomorrow morning, so if you guys want it out sooner, you're gonna have to do it.
Okay.
Do you have the sheet? If we
I
take
can
the
get-
sheet, why don't we take the sheet that says like the details?
Yeah.
And then we can make one up.
You got it.
These are addictive. They're quite delicious.
Don't you love it how you take
I'm like,
something
I feel
so
like I'll
easy?
buy that.
Yeah, well, and then you,
Yeah.
you break it apart and you're like, oh yeah,
Candy
think of
bars.
that. Between the 4.
I mean, I don't mind sitting out front and selling them, honestly.
Well, that's what I was
But I'm
thinking.
thinking that there should be another note
Perfect.
for just the.
Thanks.
Yeah, and
Thanks
then
for your
just,
help.
yeah, give it to
Alright.
Mrs. Petoniak and then she can get
Yes,
it back to me.
perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then we can figure out what we're gonna do.
All right.
As far as in school function. Linda, I think a separate note for the teachers, because if they wanna buy a box, they have to know they can't open it in the classroom because of the allergies,
Yes.
for an email.
Sure.
What's going on.
Okay.
Do we have the April thing before Easter? Cause you could
Right.
sell them at the after school function.
When is that? I think the April one was near the end of the month.
So it's after.
Can't remember when
Too
it
bad.
was. I could be wrong. I don't know when it is. It was, I think it was April, is there 27, I don't know, whatever the Friday was. The 27th, I don't know. I don't have my calendar for that.
Late.
Yeah, it is later.
End of the vacation week.
Oh,
One day off,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, I looked at BBS's calendar last. The
All right.
21st is Easter. And I'm pretty sure, I know BBS has the 22nd off, I'm guessing Unitas is the same. I
Right.
haven't looked that far. You have that, okay.
Right?
I think so. It's an extra month. Yeah, but, yeah, okay. So this whole week, we have about 14
Details
to the 22nd. The 27th is a Saturday.
I can mention
Okay.
a little bit about it.
Okay.
26th, and then
All right, so Jen, do you want to speak to where we are with the 501c3?
Yeah, I've honestly I've not been working on that very much because I've been devoting all my energy to the dance. But I do have the initial paperwork filled out, which is to incorporate our organization with New York State. So we would be known as Seneca Street PTO Incorporated. That's a required step before going to the federal government to get the 501c3. So I have it ready to go. I will do that in the very near future. And then we'll just have to wait for the state to approve that and send us our certificate, and then we can go to the IRS and get our 501c3. So certainly I would say by the end of the year, we should have it. So that's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. All right, Melissa was going to speak to box tops. That's going really, really well. I think there was, the last count was 60-something to 50-something girls were ahead. She wanted to know what kind of prizes would be not disruptive but okay for whatever group wins. So if the girls win, what's the prize? And if the boys win, what's the prize? What's you guys' thoughts? I don't know. I'm almost tempted to do something simple like those popsicles we did for the fun run. At because they're no allergy free, they're like simple, they could eat them at lunch, done. I don't know, or
they can have gum in school.
I don't think everybody allows them to have gum though.
Have to. The girls can chew gum and the boys can't.
That's cute. So, I don't know. Do you guys have
They could
thoughts?
Have a hat day, they could have a, I don't know.
I don't know.
You're gonna do them.
I'm just thinking of a prize that was worth it.
Yeah.
They worked pretty hard.
They have.
They have. They've brought in a lot of forms.
Yeah.
I don't know.
girls in the school against
Right,
boys in the
correct.
school?
Yes.
There's really no time, like a common place to give them to, like, extra gym,
I know.
just to run or play a game, or, that's not gonna work. Probably popsicles, that is the easiest.
I mean, they like
They can
those.
come down and get their
but-
picture taken.
I don't know if that's gonna be good enough prize. But I think that's important anyway.
Somewhere to eat popsicles, like in the gym or in a
Photo
or
booth.
something?
So they
And
can
make it
put
like a
on,
group
put
thing?
on.
All the
you know,
I like that idea.
Zoom.
They did that for the ice cream thing one year with Jen Rue, remember? When the people who had done whatever the Reedy incentive, they got to come together for.
Yeah, and have their snack together.
So when could we do that? That would be.
Without boys.
No boys.
When
All
is
in
the
here?
end? Is it over?
It's over on the 15th. 2
Yeah,
days
so probably the Friday after, I imagine.
after break.
Maybe the last 15 minutes of the day.
So
Okay.
March 1st, that would be the Dr. Seuss day.
You're right.
Do we
We'll do
have
it
to
on
have
Friday.
that immediate? Can it be like, maybe when the weather gets warmer? I don't know. Extra, send those girls out for,
Outside with the popsicles,
Have it.
without the boys.
without the boys.
They might still come back. I don't know.
Yeah,
We've
I
had
don't know,
quite
I
a
was
few.
just thinking, does it have to, I mean, you know, you want immediate feed.
Right.
That, you know.
Gratification.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's important.
Right.
Do you have to do it on a Friday?
We can still send them outside with the popsicles and they're still.
Well, yeah,
Well,
well,
look at them, they'll actually get the whole thing.
Right, feel bad.
Right.
Just imagine, Ray.
Happy parents.
So should we do popsicles? And then some at some point, but
Popsicles or cookies or cupcakes or
Or
something like that.
Sundays.
are we gonna have to worry about allergy? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just do
You
vanilla.
make your own Sundays, especially, there's an allergy problem.
Just do.
That's why the popsicles are great.
That's right,
Popsicle party.
We want it to be quick.
yeah.
Well, because we're not gonna have supervision. Somebody's gotta be with the boys.
Oh, girls never cause a problem.
Or you could even, well, if it was a short period of time too, you could even have one teacher takes the boys from both grades and one,
Yeah.
and then one goes with the girls.
Melissa just commented an idea of decorating bathroom entrance with pink or blue balloons, which I like that idea, but I think maybe because not all of the kids use the hallway bathroom, maybe we even just the entryway or something would have some
Just to
colorful
say who
balloons.
won.
Yeah, just
Oh, that's
With
cute.
a rainbow
Mhm.
of pink.
right. Yeah,
Mhm.
just something celebratory.
Put a banner up,
Yeah.
each classroom can have the girls decorate a piece of a puzzle. And then you can put the puzzle together and it'll be a big banner.
Mhm.
You could do that plus the popsicle, you know?
That's cute.
Is it for every girl in the school,
Mhm,
or
correct.
every? So
You didn't
every
have to
girl.
participate.
Okay.
Right.
Did you see how Cindy was doing hers? The box top, she had a bunch at home and she did it based on behavior, like the afternoon, who's ever was better behaved got a box top. The top.
The girls versus the boys.
Yes, just, and so she took it one step further.
It's a good idea.
She brought a bunch in.
Yeah,
and
it's a great
whoever's-
idea.
Where is it going?
Yeah, it's a great idea. All right, on our treasurer report, you have that in front of you. So we started out in December at 11,581.52. Deposits were Square One Art, Craig's Kegs, had something from Penny and Cash, Box Tops, NBT Bank, that was a donation, Scholastic Book Fair, and the last one was the poster that's in the hall under the TV. One of the girls had decorated to say "Girls Rule the School" and money, and the parent donated a check for that amount of money that was on there because they wanted to keep the money on the poster as a decoration. So that's what that is. The expenses, Penny, I don't know if have you heard if that expense was paid for the merry-go-round and all that? Because I know I spoke to Leslie about that, but I don't see that on here. Not that, I'm gonna talk about it again then, all right. So there were a few reimbursements. We
And that
did,
goes to the district office.
right, and I sent that to her. I will talk to her again. We had done a donation to the nurse's office for some underwear, which was
Thank you
good.
very much.
Yep, and to the book fair, and then we have an ending balance of $14,730.77. So that's good. And there were 2 outstanding checks at the bottom. All right, Napoleon's dinner. Did you want to talk to that?
Melissa's been keeping me up to date here. She said that, well, in case you're not aware, we are having Napoleon's dinner on this Saturday, right?
Mhm, yep.
They're generously putting on an evening dinner with various seatings, and reservations are required. They also decided to step in and offer takeout, well, delivery actually, free delivery. You have to, if you would like delivery, you have to reserve that by this Friday by calling the restaurant, and they'll bring it to you for free. The menu is up on our Facebook
And I have
page.
copies there too.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Okay. Really great menu. There's a few different choices. As of now, he has 30 reservations, which is pretty good. A lot of interest on Facebook, so it really took off. We really appreciate the community's support. We have all kinds of people that really aren't connected to Seneca Street but want to help us out, and we really appreciate that. So I expect it to be a big success, and it was a great idea to try it. So thank you, Napoleons, and thank you, Leslie, who worked with them on this.
Yeah, it's a neat idea. All right, open discussion. The April Family Fun Night is a cleanup the school playground area / planting / Amy Mahardy gave me something she had gotten a few years ago. You can apply from the state to get plants, shrubs. So I put in for that, and we'll get I think it was 50 or 30 shrubs of various natures that need to be planted. So I thought maybe we could do that. There's also the bricks out front that are still waiting to be put in the edging. So I thought maybe we could do that. Does anyone have other ideas for what to do for that? For a cleanup, planting, Earth Day type themed?
Oh, maybe we don't want to get this involved, but it crossed my mind that we might have rock painting somehow, because we do have our rock
That's a good
garden,
idea.
and I thought that might be
Good
a
idea.
good activity.
Where are you going to plant bushes and stuff?
I don't know. I thought in that back where they started.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, I mean, there's not really much dirt out there, is there? I mean,
No.
When you're planting shrubs, you really need to have soil brought in.
Maybe I should
It's
put
like
in
a
for the
rock.
other. I haven't officially sent it in
It's
yet.
like a rock.
Amy was just telling me about what she had done a few years ago, but she had planted it right in that edge back there. A lot of it did get ripped out when Lowe's came in. So I don't know. But you're much more of a gardening expert than me. I really am not. This is not my forte. I have quite a black thumb. So.
I covet her gardens. They're just so beautiful.
And
Yeah,
a lot
I-
of compost and a lot of soil to them. That's it. I mean,
Okay.
especially when you're starting a new gardens and that kind of thing. You kind of need.
So I wonder if I should look at maybe somebody who would come who does landscaping who might, maybe we could like add to, that there's that one row behind here that doesn't have any.
You're right, and I'm trying to think.
Or even
The
that
side
front
of the
where the.
school is still kind of a mess by the gym. So, yeah, I think we want to be cautious about adding to what Lowe's did, because
Right.
it could we don't want it to get overgrown again.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
You're talking about the back right now, right?
right.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't put in for it. I don't know. It was a thought. She handed it to me. She said it's free. I don't know.
Or even if people just brought them home or something, I don't know, but.
But don't you, those little pine trees, remember we got those?
We did get those one
Is
year
that what
too.
you're talking about?
No, this
Oh.
was what. Remember, there was one year when Amy had her students and she had them planting out right behind her window and all of that. I don't know. I don't know if they did it during the day or after school or when they did it, but
I remember that too. That was a few years back.
it was. It was a few years back.
It was with Liz.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know. I might have to rethink that then.
Well, maybe we can get soil donated. You know, parents drop off
Right.
some bags of soil.
The question is where we plant them, though. Where would we?
Yeah,
You're
that's
right,
the
there's
first
not a
thing.
lot of-
Where are you gonna put stuff before you order it?
I know. Even though it's
For
free, you
sure.
want to. Right. I
Yeah.
don't want to have it
You don't
arrive
wanna
and have
kind of
nowhere to
sit
put it.
in there not knowing where you're gonna put it. So what kind of stuff is it?
I wonder if I have it right here. Hold on.
Is it a list of different?
I might. Yes, it is. And I think I might have it, but I don't know if it's at home. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. No.
Water.
It is sitting at home.
It's a quarter of that fence there. On the other side of the playground.
I left it at home. Sorry. I can show it to you though, because you would know better. It's all stuff that grows in our area, and it was a variety. It said variety of shrubs or something to that nature. Let me show it to you before you order. It's supposed to be in by March 31st, but you end up, and then you pick a date that you want delivery, and they deliver it. Like I said, it's free. Maybe if you want them for your house, it's free. I'm like, when you're given all that, yeah.
My back has been giving me meters, you know.
But that's kind of neat, because maybe whatever we don't plant, you could sell at the April fund thing, if it's at the end of the month, where.
For people's houses.
Yes. And then, and then maybe parents can donate bags of dirt,
Mm-hmm.
do the cleanup, the
Yep.
planting, the rock painting. Maybe, you could have a contest of, having kids build something from recyclable products or
Oh, I like that.
reuse
Yeah.
garbage to make something new. Right, I don't know.
Send all the garbage they bring into Jill's grill.
I don't know.
Kids
or-
love that. So
or,
that's,
you know,
yeah.
toys for dogs,
Mhm.
you know, or you do the animal shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we donate, people bring in their used sheets or blankets, their old ones, and we
There's a great,
bring it to the
there's
animal
a great
shelters.
want list for Wanderers Rescue.
Mhm.
So there's
Yep.
a needs list, starting from bleach to dog food to blankets, and there's what they
That'd be
really,
kinda nice.
that all the
like that
kids could
idea.
bring.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the community
Yeah.
gives so much to us.
Yes,
Maybe
agreed.
We should do something.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I think that they also will have somebody come in and speak at the school and bring
Mhm.
some of the adopted
Oh,
dogs
I
and stuff
think
in.
that's
And
awesome.
when they
Yeah.
come,
Mhm.
we could give them what we all collectively
Yeah.
do.
did
at my
daughter's school. Her
It's a
whole
good
class
idea.
instead exchange Christmas presents. They all donated dog
That's
stuff.
an even
Mhm.
better
They
idea.
Mhm.
did,
I like
and
that.
somebody
Mhm.
come in and talk to them and
Yeah.
everything. The kids loved it. They put the baskets together for the dogs.
And all the kids love the animals.
Yeah.
They do.
Yes.
They do.
If they get here early enough, they can give all the kids a dog to take home at the end of the day.
That's a good idea.
They're really popular with the.
That's a great idea.
They would love that.
Yeah.
They'll be running in our streets.
It's harder to adopt an animal now than it was for me to adopt my son. You have to answer more questions.
It is tough.
All right. So, how about Teacher Appreciation Week ideas? Do we have any ideas for what we want to do? That's in May.
How would you like to be appreciated?
Well, we've seen stuff on Pinterest like doing a different type of food each day, like a taco bar and stuff like that. But I don't know. We wanted to open it up to see what people thought.
In the past, we've had parents make things and then just bring it in for a big luncheon.
Right.
That's what I was gonna ask, if you wanted a luncheon.
That has worked, but then there were years when many families didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So then
Right.
there was only a little of whatever, you know.
It wasn't enough. I remember that year too.
Well, you just don't know.
Right.
what-
And we've done some years. I think we did where we've ordered out and we've got contributions and done like a Napoleon's Day or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't
I
know.
know that Moe's Day, that was pretty good. Moe's food. I don't know, I mean, it is teacher appreciation, like, I feel like I wanna, as a
Mhm.
teacher.
And
I don't
we
know.
send home a note to that reference, you know, it's Teacher Appreciation Week, whatever week it is, and, we're looking to put together a taco bar or whatever you guys wanna do. Who can donate
Mhm.
this many bags of cheese,
Mhm.
this many,
Mhm.
so
Sign
that
up
you know you get
genius.
it.
Yeah, I like that idea. That's easy.
The what?
There's an app, Sign Up Genius, and you can, put all the things that you need, and then,
And how many you need, so
Yeah.
that once it's full, then you're not
You're
getting
registered.
17
Right, it's
bags
like
of
a
cheese.
registry, and then
Right.
you literally sign your name up,
Right.
and
You
then
could do that for
we
the
all know what
fundraising
you're
for
bringing.
the dog shelter too.
Right.
Put the needs on there with that
Right.
same thing.
Yeah, sign up for something.
And it
Yeah.
could be linked probably right off the Facebook page.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love that, cause I wish there was more opportunities to have, to teach the kids that they can volunteer.
Mhm.
But we don't have that avenue,
Mhm.
but something, you know,
Mhm.
we can talk it up really a lot.
I just,
Yeah, I really like the giving thing.
real life
Wanderers
experiences.
Rest, I think that's an
Yes.
awesome idea.
Mhm.
Let them be
Such a
responsible
need.
for helping somebody else,
Mhm.
something else.
Especially animals,
Yeah.
kids love animals.
Right. Instead of getting things all the time.
It is, agreed. The fifth grade moving up event type thing that Jenna and I were kind of brainstorming and has seemed to blossom is we were going to do a fifth grade only family fun night in June, which would be a dance / food, whatever we could make of it. So we've gotten a bunch of teachers involved who are interested in helping. Melissa Krenger had said she'd help make decorations, and Marshall Pokrantowski said he'd be interested in maybe helping with. The fifth grade teachers had talked about maybe doing a lip sync battle between the classes and stuff like that, so that's kind of neat. If anybody wants to help with that, I don't think we have any fifth grade parents here, but if anybody wants to help or anyone has suggestions, I know even if other teachers want to come to be part of that last hurrah for the fifth grade, that would be kind of fun. I don't know. Anyone have other ideas they want to suggest up?
Could throw a dinner for them.
We had thought of pizza and doing like big cheese because they like pizza type thing. I don't know.
I mean, the parents can contribute.
Right.
And then
Right.
Teachers or whatever can serve.
That would be a neat idea, I think the kids would really enjoy that.
Agreed.
Teachers serving,
Right. Yeah.
it would be neat.
So. Just gotta have teachers that are willing to do that though.
Well, we've had a bunch who've already said they're interested. So,
Just let me know the date, 'cause
and we have a lot of parents who are interested in helping with that too. So that's good.
there you go.
Are there other ideas? Any other things people want to talk about? Open discussion of.
Yeah, I
I
have
just wanna talk about,
okay, let Penny go first.
for fifth grade too, I talked to the other principals, we'd like to give them, middle school t-shirts as their fifth grade gift, and then I have a little, the whole be kind thing, I don't know if I'm in the plan for that. But I talked to their principals, cause I did not want our fifth graders to be the only ones going out there with middle school shirts, so they seem to all be on board.
Okay.
So we just have to figure out who we talk to over there, cause I think it's also their PTO.
Do they already have shirts that? Because you mentioned you were going to look into like
Todd said there are.
that they already. Okay.
Megan Kelly does a lot up there. So she, and Lillian is here, so she might be your connection to.
But it would cost money to purchase them all, because it's their PTO, so we wouldn't ask them to.
So would we get shirts made, or do you think? Or are you talking about buying the ones that they already have?
I would wanna buy them, because I wouldn't wanna take away from their PTO. So
Okay.
that's the only thing is, if we don't have to do that route, that kind of t-shirt, but I would hate to send all the kids up there with a t-shirt and then they don't purchase one from the PTO, the spirit there. It'd be
Right.
like taking away from.
Right. Yeah, I wonder what they charge for those.
I don't know.
Right, we can look into.
I
I've
I'm
never
not
gotten
sure
an
who
order for.
You haven't? To order
For
shirts?
Maddie, no. Unless she didn't give it to me, I mean,
I'll
that's
do a
very
little,
possible.
I'll do a little more digging.
Okay. Yeah, because because Mr. Drop, when he was making them, and the charging the $5 a piece is pretty cheap to do for those,
And
you
there
know,
are
that's,
other ideas we could do too.
Right.
We could put all the kids' names on the back of the
Mhm.
shirt. There are so many ideas
Yep.
that we can do to give them a t-shirt.
Great idea.
Yes, they all have
Yeah, I know, but
I like that.
That's cute.
They
Right.
don't wanna wear at elementary school anymore, you know, and it's great.
Mhm.
And then I just getting some mascot. I don't know when that's gonna be.
You're right. The mass, right, because the student in high school drew it,
Yeah.
but that hasn't been, has it ever been finalized?
No, I
We're
don't.
gonna give you,
I'm,
yeah.
okay, now I'm at the mascot, but yeah.
Did you say you had something?
Oh yeah, I have a couple of quick things. Melissa updated me on the box tops thing. She gave me the total number of entries so far. Each sheet is worth $2.50. So by my math, my phone's math, we have earned about $305 so far, which is really cool for that. So that's great. One more quick thing, and Linda's going to kill me, but it's Linda's birthday, and I just wanted to say in the meeting, happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Thank you for being here on your birthday. And Linda is really directly responsible for so many of us being involved at all in PTO, and we really are
thank you.
grateful that she was born.
Thanks, Jen.
She's been a big help, so happy birthday, Linda.
Thank you.
So we sing to her.
Oh, I've been sung to a lot. And the kids actually counted my age. They counted it
Oh,
all.
man.
Took a long time.
Learn how to do math.
Your fault.
Any other open discussion things? Anyone want to bring anything up?
I just have a question.
Yeah.
How does the kitchen run out of tortillas for lunch?
Did they run out again?
They went up today.
Apparently. That's what Madeline came on. The kitchen ran out and they had to wait because somebody had to go to the store and buy them. I'm just curious, how does that happen? Doesn't the kitchen like know the day ahead of time what they're preparing?
They do,
Snow day.
but the
The snow day.
the kids come in and order in the morning what they want.
And then they send that amount.
And then they order that amount.
You know why that probably happened was because of the late,
Snow
no, because of the late start today. Because they ordered quickly and then they get it from the high school. So it's probably, I mean, the first lunch started at 11:30. So they probably were,
Yeah.
they had half an hour to quickly
But that's all.
decide how much they needed.
Is it really?
It is.
They do have some, they have been putting some better things in place, because
These
kids
are really
coming
good.
at night, kids order a double lunch in the morning, but then order a double lunch when they get there, so it's kind of short. But we're like, they've got a little, the kids are giving cards, the teachers have assistants, so.
I don't think every teacher's doing it.
But we haven't, I haven't heard anything since we started that, so, but I will check.
So they can get a double lunch.
Sometimes they love that mac and cheese.
They can get a double lunch.
They would eat it for every meal in my house.
I think they advertise it maybe 4th and 5th grade. Like, I don't tell it much to my second graders because a lot of kids would like order and then it would be sitting in the garbage.
Just get it together.
But I think 4th and 5th grade does order a lot of double lunches.
And my other question was, do all the schools do the disposable trays? Do all the high schools do that?
So annoying. We went back and forth on that. We've had we went back away from that a long time ago and then we went back to it. Well, it's horrible.
I don't like it.
Wasn't the issue in our building at least that there was no way to wash all the trays? Because we don't really have a big
You have no dishwasher.
dishwasher. Right, so it was like mountains of trays. I agree with you,
I
it's
think
a waste.
it's a shame. It's not good for the environment. I don't think all that styrofoam going in the garbage every day.
Yeah.
It's not biodegradable.
There's
Yeah.
so many cardboard ones though that you can purchase, unless they wouldn't be.
They would just have to be
As
durable.
durable.
Different. And half the kids are like, when I'm
Yeah.
watching, bringing them in.
I know.
I'm doing the popcorn thing. I'm like, oh, they're gonna drop them.
Mhm.
Well, it's the same thing with
Flimsy.
the food that they have to take. because you have to take a certain number of pieces of food,
Yeah.
even if you're gonna eat it or not eat it, and then it just gets put in the garbage.
And all that is
But
wrapped in plastic, or
Yeah.
it's all put in a
It
plastic
is.
container.
It is. Yeah.
It just seems like such
I
a
agree.
bunch of waste to me.
I agree.
It's not earth friendly.
It's not earth friendly at all, and here we are trying to, promote that, and
I liked
I
it
don't
better
know,
when we
it-
had the other trays, the ones that were hard.
Contact Holly Ackerman.
But they,
I
at the,
went,
She's at the high school.
yeah.
Yep.
and-
at the high school,
Yeah,
Mhm.
I remember something going on around it, it's a state law, it's something bigger than us.
What, that they have to take the food?
That,
Oh,
and,
that's
you
been a
know,
long
yes,
time. Yeah.
but they do at the high school, they have a table, but you probably wouldn't be as useful here, cause they recycle.
There's a bunch of buildings that do that too, that have a table where if you don't want your food, you can put it.
Well, that's.
And then other kids can take it and eat it.
Oh, that's
It's
good.
just kind of a nice idea for,
Some kids are hungry. They didn't bring
Yeah.
in money.
I don't know if we could do that or not, but.
my cousin was at Clinton, and he said that they had to use, their dishwasher broke, and they had to use, the styrofoam trays, and parents raised holy hell about it because it was so bad for the environment, they had a fit about it.
And it might be.
So does all the
And here I'm
elementary
like,
schools not have
all our
dishwashers?
schools are doing this.
Like
Oh,
those
I
trays
know.
used to go
And
in
for
the
a while,
wash?
somebody did do that. Someone got really angry years ago, and then we went back to those,
Yeah, 'cause it's.
which were the hard ones. And then again, I don't know why we went back to the other.
When I was in school, we, the sixth graders, like, worked in the we loved it too,
Mhm.
they had the
Leadership.
students, like, wash the trays.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
We
did
loved
great.
that.
Write an
Yeah.
article that
I
can be
think so.
put in the district manners, this is the
But
stuff
the
that
other thing
matters
that's
to
the big
kids.
deal with the environment is the straws.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
We
another
don't-
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use,
Yeah.
At the high school, they have a table where everything is separated, the plastic separated from the cans, separated from, everything is like 6 garbage cans that tell you where to put. But we just don't need it as much here, cause you don't get the difference.
What do they use at the high school for trays?
They, I don't think they really even, they use the real trays, I think.
Plastic trays?
Yeah, cause they have a system up there to wash it, they have a huge kitchen to wash it, I'm pretty sure they do.
So those trays must have went to the high school to get washed when you use trays?
No, I think they use flat trays like you would go to.
How do they wash?
Like at McDonald's? Yeah.
Right, so they just put. How do you put the food on it? I don't know, I think it's.
No,
all
I know.
The ones we used to have here were like the ones that Melissa has in her room for art, which are the plastic with the sides and the colored and you.
I have, yeah, I have.
Well, they
Some
had
in my
the-
room too.
Right.
They had they were plastic and they had the divots that you could put scoops in each thing and then they would wash the dividers and then
They do it for.
You'd probably make it farther as a parent writing and saying you don't like, you know, finding some other parents.
Or even get kids to do it too.
Kids who might,
They used to have the trays,
and then the trays were washed.
Right.
It's a
broke,
plate.
the dishwasher broke,
It's a
and they
plate
had to
tray.
replace it.
It's a plate.
Here, just like you said, just plate in your cupboard.
Right.
So there's no dishwasher at all here?
I don't know.
There's a rinser, isn't there a rinser or
There's a
something?
big
Sink.
But there's that big metal thing, what's that?
I don't know.
Well, that's the that's the dishwasher. It's got a sanitizer thing you put in it. So I mean, it's there. I don't know why we don't use it. It's there.
It would be nice to go back to those, I agree.
It would be staffing too.
Yeah, I don't know how my kindergartner makes it to the table.
No,
talking
those things are flimsy. Those are flimsy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how much you're spending on the plastic
Right,
would buy
buying
you
all
a
that
dishwasher in a couple of years.
Yeah.
I don't know, I've just been, that's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good answer. Yeah.
Any other thoughts? No? All right. Well, thank you for coming out. Can we get a motion to
And you bought that, thank you.
end the meeting? All right. Second by Jill. We're good. Thank you for coming.
And I got a nickel welcome.